Today we are going to discuss a very important topic, graphical analysis of motion. And I know this topic is totally new for you. If you consider the topic, graphical mean we will study about the graph, and analysis mean we will analyze the graph. So that's why analyze the motion of the object, and we plot the graph between the motion of the objects. So this topic I explained to you about graphical analysis of motion. But here, first of all, you have to define what is meant by graph. You must have seen, you must have read in previous classes, graph is a pictorial way of representing the information about the relation of various quantities. So this pictorial way of representing the information about the relation of various quantities is called graph. So first of all, this definition you have to keep in mind. The same definition is also written in your book. So very easy to memorize, very easy to remember this definition. Graph is a pictorial, mean pictures way, in which we denote the pictures of representing the information about the relation of various quantities. Now we have to discuss those various quantities. What are those various quantities? Those various quantities are known as variables. So I have separately written here what are variables. So you also have to know what are variables. The quantities between which the graph is plotted are called variables. So those quantities, those physical quantities between which we plot this graph, those quantities are known as variables. Variable mean the quantities which vary, which can change according to the situation. Okay, now in variable there are again two categories. In variable, one is the independent quantity while the other is dependent quantity. This thing also you have to keep in mind. In variables, always one quantity is independent while the other is dependent quantity. I will explain to you what is meant by independent and what is by meaning by dependent. First of all, I think you don't know how to plot the graph. We will take these two mutually perpendicular lines. Horizontal line, which is called x-axis. This is line parallel to earth. The line which is parallel to earth is known as x-axis, and the line which is perpendicular on the x-axis, that is known as y-axis. And these two mutually perpendicular lines meet at one point. That point is represented by origin, and it is known as origin and denoted by O. So these two axes, x-axis and y-axis, are taken to represent the variable quantities. I think this thing is clear to you how we represent. Like I have denoted here that variables consist of two quantities, independent quantities and dependent quantities. Now one thing you have to keep in mind, independent quantities are always plotted on x-axis. Independent quantities are always plotted on x-axis while the dependent quantities are plotted on y-axis. For example, if you plot a graph between distance and time, do you think which quantity is independent and which quantity is dependent? Clearly, time does not depend upon anything. Time continuously moving on and on. Time is always on a wings. Time can't stop. So that's why time is independent quantity. And I have plotted the time on x-axis. Noted down this thing. And distance is a dependent quantity because it depends upon us. It is not independent. So that's why dependent quantities are plotted on y-axis. I have not mentioned here like x-axis and y-axis. It is clearly understood already that this axis which is parallel to x-axis, that is called x-axis, and the line but perpendicular on x-axis, that line is known as y-axis. So I think the concept should be clear to you now that the quantity, why I have taken time on x-axis, because time is independent quantity. Why I have taken distance on vertical axis, because distance is a dependent quantity. Okay, so this thing you have to keep in mind that independent quantities are always taken on x-axis and dependent quantities are taken on y-axis, mean vertical axis. But it is general. You can in some graphs you may also take independent on y-axis and dependent on x-axis, but that is another situation. But generally this is the rule that independent quantities are generally taken on x-axis and dependent on y-axis. Okay, in your book there is a distance time graph. What is meant by distance time graph? The name is showing you the graph between two quantities, distance and time. Distance time graph means the graph will be plotted between two physical quantities, distance and time, and it will define like the graph plotted between distance and time is called distance time graph. So definition is clear from here. The graph plotted mean drawn, plotted mean drawn between these two quantities, distance and time, is called distance time graph, and I have plotted here distance time graph. Okay, now like starting from origin 0, time in seconds, in 5 seconds somebody cover distance 10 meters. First of all you have to label the graph, no need to write every unit with every digit. Like I will not write 5 second, 10 second, 50 second, just I mention here. This is known as labeling of the graph. Just put here small t, t is denotes the time, inside the bracket s, s denotes the unit of time, and on vertical axis just write d. No need to write distance, just I have written for you to explain. Firstly, if you write only d, d is clearly denoted denotes the displacement or distance, and unit inside it, that is meter. And one more thing you have to keep in mind, distance and displacement are interchangeable quantities. Distance and displacement both are interchangeable quantities. What is meant by interchangeable quantities? Interchangeable quantities mean according to your situation, if you write d here, then that is also considered as a displacement. If you are considering distance, then it is understood that it is distance. So that's why these quantities distance and displacement are interchangeable on a graph. So first graph is here. What would be the graph for the object which is at rest? Graph for the object which is at rest. So this is also a question in examiner will ask you, draw the graph for the object, draw the graph for the body which is at rest, mean that body is not moving. How will you draw that graph between distance time graph? So first of all you have to draw this graph, distance and time. Then notice down, suppose here is the body and he is not moving. If he is not moving but time is not stopped, time continuously moving. So if the body is at rest, the line will be the straight line parallel to x-axis, parallel to time axis. Notice down, the line body has stopped here. The body is not covering any distance. If it is covering distance, then it will be towards outside. But he has stopped here at 0 time. But time is continuously moving. So this line shows the distance time graph for the object which is at rest. So in this way you have to draw this line. I think the idea is clear to you. If you have to draw the graph for the object which is not moving, which is at rest, you only have to draw this line from here, from here, from here. You can also draw this line from here. This line also show the body is at rest, not moving, but the time continuously moving. You can also draw from this line from here. So any line parallel to x-axis, not moving to upside, that line shows the graph for the object which is at rest. So only this thing you have to keep in mind. So this line always parallel to x-axis or always parallel to time axis. This line shows the body is not covering any distance. The body is at rest. So that's all.